can't get out of here as we are closing out on time without talking about the Natalie Cole.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My first concert at Six Flags Magic Mountain in 1976, I want to say.
I'm just noticing that one of the things you and I have in common with Natalie Cole, if I'm reading my notes correctly, about the Our Love Choir. So you tell me about the Our Love Choir, and our Love Choir, and then I'll
Well,
tell
I'll,
you about me and singing in a choir behind
well, then,
Natalie Cole.
okay, we'll tie it in. I, as you know, because you've attended and sung at my All Star
Yes, I
Karaoke
have.
residency that travels all over Harlem, and one of the things that we do as a sort of weekly moment is we close every All Star Karaoke with Diana Ross the Boss, and
Of
depending on
course.
the venue, depending on the venue, if it's a staged or like a supper club effect, we do a choir. And so we call that the Boss Choir. Well,
Yes.
somewhere along the way in my history of All Star Karaoke since 2009, Our Love became a song that people would ask me to
Oh,
sing.
okay.
And before I knew it, people were coming up to be in the Our Love Choir. They
I
just were
love it. I
just
love
turning it.
it.
And it became sort of this organic moment that turned into a weekly moment, so much so that at the end of our season, when we were at Billy's Black, which is a wonderful venue in Harlem, it was December 30th, I want to say, 2005.
Mm.
And we were done with the night, but they said, Patrick, do one more for kicks. And I said, you know what? Let's do Our Love. And we pulled Our Love up, sang it, and Natalie Cole would die 2 days later.
Wow.
And our All Star Karaoke audience felt like we were singing her home in a way,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
I think that was a pretty much a shock for us.
yeah.
There was a sense of illness, but not knowing,
Mm,
that there was
mm,
an expiration date on her
mm,
life. And
mm,
so that's my
mm.
Our Love Choir special Natalie Cole attributable
Absolutely.
moment. And I have
Mm,
met her, I've interviewed her, all of that. She was one of
yeah,
Oprah's youngins at the Legends Ball.
yeah.
But her music means a lot to
Well,
me. She was my
of
big
course.
sister's favorite, and in turn, as the baby brother, I inherited her as a favorite. So yeah.
Mm. I mean, the only story I can tell you that is not, well, a couple of stories are not in the Soulful Divas, but one in particular, we must bring some humor to this.
We must.
We can complete this particular segment with some humor. All right, so now here I am in London, and I got to say it was, mm, I can't remember these. The thing with a lot of things in London, I've been here for 15 years and I don't remember all the dates, but I do remember Natalie was in London and we had, oh, I know, she did a, I think this is when she did a show with, I think I remember, this is when she did a show, a benefit show with Dion and somebody else. They did a benefit for for an organization called the
Was it
Hunger Project.
was it Dion and Whitney?
No, it was Dion, Natalie, and I can't remember who the other person was. But anyway, it was a concert, and somehow when that time, I think this is the time period that's correct. She and I said, "Well, let's hang out." We never hung out together like. Well, that's not true. We did a couple of times, but not. It was like impromptu, and that might have been it, or it might have. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the exact date because it's kind of a little fuzzy for me about that. But I know that she said, "Well, why don't you come? Well, let's meet up at my hotel and have." And I said, "That'd be lovely. Why don't we have high tea? In England, high tea is like little cream cakes and the
Mhm.
little finger sandwiches, and
Yes.
it's a big, yes, like very high, very high tea at the Dorchester. It was the Dorchester Hotel, we should say. So we met in the lobby and we sat in the tea room in the lobby, and we're having this very great conversation. Just two people, friends, catching up. and we talked about something, made her laugh, and I don't know, it came up. So I don't know how it came up to talk about Esther Phillips. I have no idea why, but it came up in the conversation, and she was hollering. I said, "You ever Esther?" Anyway, bye. So we're talking, and it was the summer, and I noticed that Natalie was having a Janet Jackson moment.
Wardrobe malfunction, shall we say?
Yes. And I had to say to her, Natalie, you're showing. And, and she, so she dealt with the malfunction in that moment.
Yes.
And we continued talking and laughing. And it happened again. I said, Natalie. She said, "Well," I don't know if she used, I don't know exact words she used. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna go up to my room and change the dress. Because I said, well, you don't want people to see, the Natalie Cole. People walk through love. So, and that is not in the Soulful Divas. It came much later. But I could just see her face. I mean, how do you tell? I didn't say she was having a Janet Jackson moment. I just said,
right.
You're showing.
I have 3 words. I have 3 words for you, David Nathan, and I want to see if you're going to laugh. Too much, mister. Do you remember that?
Yes, true.
I thought I plucked from a deep track minor hit. I thought you would love that.
I do.